Hey folks, my name is Jürgen, aka NerdAndProudOfIt, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today to help me add another card to my unlimited set. And I thought I'm gonna lead with the Black Lotus today, because simply it might help get some views. I never do clickbait, but why the hell not? Let's look at this beautiful Black Lotus and then add the card I actually am adding to the set, because the Black Lotus already was part of my collection, has been for quite a while now. I'm adding a copper tablet today. I'm only missing 3 more cards for my unlimited set, carefully putting the Black Lotus back in there. And the copper tablet is one of those cards I'm missing. And as you know, I'm focusing very much on unlimited at the moment. And that is simply because I would love to complete the set, and the end is in sight, the finish line is in sight, so we might actually be able to complete it. Once we do, I'm gonna flip through the whole binder again. I'm gonna tell you all the cards I love, which is most of them. It's going to be a very long video, a very happy video. But I actually would like to complete the set for my 5th YouTube anniversary, which is currently, more or less, it was last month. But yeah, I have been on holiday with the family and I didn't really have time to make videos. I wanted to focus on the family. I had some other stuff going on, and that's why we do the videos now. It's still a celebration. And to celebrate, I'm adding cards like this. Cards like this aren't even that expensive, which is nice. So it's very funny that some of the cards I was still missing actually are not cards that are completely high-end. I think it's interesting because these cards, for me, never were really part of one of my decks, and that is the reason why I was missing a lot of these cards. For example, blue, I almost had a complete set already from back in the day, in unlimited as well, in revised anyways, even some beta cards. But for a lot of artifacts like this, I simply never used them. That's why the pages, when I started filling them out, the pages with the artifacts were a little bit thin. Let's say, is it okay to say like this? You know what I mean. There weren't a lot of cards in here. But now we're almost finished with the set. And cards like this are not that difficult to add to the unlimited set. This one is should be, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think it is. It should be a near mint copper tablet, which is very nice. And it actually is it actually is pretty minty. You see a little bit here, the corners, but it might be the bend of the corners as well. It looks very good, and the front looks super clean anyways. I don't think this baby has been played. And what I did was I authenticated it, I double checked it. Really cool artwork by Amy Weber. And then I said, hey, I'm only missing like 1 or 2 cards, and they are on the reserved list, or at least 2 of them are on the reserved list, and I'm missing 3 cards and 2 of them are on the reserve list. And somebody told me, hey, the copper tablet is not on the reserve list. And I was like, what? To me, it was always on the reserve list. But I saw, and I looked it up, and that is still a misconception of mine. And I'm very angry about this. Angry at Wizards of the Coast. Because for me, cards like the copper tablet, cards like, let's have a look at it. Cards like, where are they? Cards like the Dwarven Demolition Team are on the reserve list. For me, they are. They are not anymore, and I will tell you why. And cards like, for example, the Psionic Blast, to me, always will be kind of, in my mind, on the reserve list, because they were on the reserve list. But apparently Wizards of the Coast has removed all the uncommon cards on the reserved list and made them available again. I don't know if there was a public outcry. I remember when Psionic Blast came out again, and I think it was in Time Spiral, in the original Time Spiral, in the time-shifted sheet. And I was like, wow, Psionic Blast. I had 4 beta ones. I was really happy with them. I was super angry. I sold those 4 beta Psionic Blasts. And now I'm really sad I did, because they are still a couple of $100 each. Should have kept my playset. But at that moment, I was just like, wow, why do you do this? And we can go back to the reserve list and the blah, blah, blah. Some people like it, some people don't like it. I like it, hate me for it. I think it's a very, very important factor for the stability of the economics of Magic the Gathering. And I think it's not only a very important one, it's an essential one. But that's my opinion, and you can have your opinion, and we don't make... we shouldn't argue about it, or we can argue about it in a friendly way, but not now, because now I'm adding a card that I thought was on the reserve list, but obviously is not on the reserve list anymore. Copper Tablet. Copper Tablet does 1 damage to each player during his or her upkeep. Actually, not such an uninteresting card, especially with cards like Copy Artifact or whatever. You can quickly do some shenanigans here and ensure there is some damage during the upkeep for everyone. In a Commander game, this might even be like, doing damage. Oh no, it does 1 damage to each player during his or her upkeep. So if in my upkeep it only does damage to me, then it's not that bad. Then it isn't even like a really big commander card. But interestingly enough, cards in condition like this, which are not very widely available, because the Copper Tablet actually has not been reprinted, despite not being on the reserve list anymore. So the only printings for the Copper Tablet are Alpha, Beta, and Unlimited, as you can see here. Still sets you back about $60-70. And I think I got this quite a while ago, when I still had some how do you call this? Some trade-in value store credit. That's the word I was looking for. Store credit with 3-for-1 trading in Austria, and I got it there. And just as I did recently, I traded some cards for some other cards. Which ones did I get? I got the German Tomb and the this. I also traded for some more or less modern cards, which I think is, for me, the better option. If I open a display or booster box to play a draft with my friends, then normally I don't do a lot with those cards anymore, as I don't really build any current decks a lot. And if I do, I buy like a couple of pre-built commander decks. For example, I have the Ikoria commander decks. I think it was Commander 2020, right? 5 commander decks. I double sleeve them, leave them unaltered, and I play them. So I don't really need any heavy hitters from recent sets I open boosters for or off to play with my friends. So I can just trade them in, which helps a lot with getting the old cards and actually playing recent Magic the Gathering. Long story short, we're adding this to the binder today. I'm pretty happy about this. This is a card I haven't really seen a lot. I actually had a really close look, especially at the artwork and at everything and at the symbols, because that's a card I didn't really have a lot in my hands back in the day. Normally I studied all the cards, had a look at them, and I played with them hundreds and hundreds of times, some of them. But cards like this, I didn't really have in my collection. So it was very interesting to me to get this card. And funnily enough, I found a very, very nice copy, which for me is not super essential. I do not want heavy plate stuff, but I normally appreciate it if my cards are light plate, good or better. And this one, being near mint, or at least let's say very good, is a nice addition to the collection in the long run, obviously. Which means, folks, I know it's just unlimited videos at the moment, but we're only missing 2 cards, and I wanted to show you this one. I think I mentioned it in the last video with the disc and the book as well, the tome as well, that I have one more unlimited card I'm able to show you soon, which is the Copper Tablet, and I now next time might be able to show you a nice Antiquities Artist Proof, which I haven't been able to add one to my Antiquities Artist Proof collection in quite a while neither. means this page is complete. Up to here, all the pages are complete. We could flip through it, but we do that another time. And the only cards I'm still missing are the Winter Orb as well as a Volcanic Island Unlimited. So 2 cards missing. That's crazy, folks. I think this binder will be kind of like my mega nostalgia binder. Just flipping through it and having a look at all the original Magic the Gathering cards with their original artwork. White bordered, which for me is the most interesting set. Because yeah, where do you get a white bordered Black Lotus? Except for the Unlimited set. Alpha, Beta and Collector's Edition all are black bordered. And Unlimited is white bordered as the only set. So I think to me, and that's the set I had the most of back in the day. Because Beta I wasn't really keen on. Alpha I couldn't play with. And Unlimited was just a little more available. So most of the cards I had were from Unlimited. Folks, stay healthy, stay frosty. Let me know in the comments what you think about the Unlimited collection. Shaping up nicely. A lot of you did that in the last video. I'm going to link to that video again. If you missed it with the disc and the tomb, maybe you want to check that out as well if you want to continue watching and just have a look at some cool Unlimited action. And then, yeah, I talk to you next time. Again, stay healthy, stay frosty. Bye, folks.